Hi, it's Tanya Trotter. I'm the communication specialist for Create Birmingham, and this week I am having a virtual conversation with creative Erica Chisolm. She is a muralist and fine artist from Birmingham who is working in the Fourth Avenue Business District and an Urban Impact Fellow. Thank you so much, Erica, for joining us today. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, Tanya.
Really
And
appreciate you taking the time to talk with our viewers about your work and how you envision Birmingham moving forward and the public art available. I was able to talk to Erica yesterday in person and go see her mural. And I want to start at the beginning a little bit and just talk about your art journey and how it began.
okay, so I am a Birmingham native. Um, I lived there until I was about 14, but I used to go to my grandmother's job. She worked for an accountant in the Fourth Avenue Business District when I was little, and I lived in Homewood, Alabama for a little while, and I moved to Inslee, which is Birmingham, Alabama, and I went to school in Fairfield, Alabama. So, yeah, when I studied sociology with a concentration in urban development, and I minored in art, but I've been doing art my entire life. I have a degree from Georgia State University, and I basically tailored my studies so that I could come back to Birmingham and help make African American communities walkable for African American people before gentrification, because I believe in art as a healing mechanism. And I also feel that Birmingham, as far as the school systems and just coming up in Birmingham, you're not truly, as a Black person, exposed to a lot of Black art or artists in general. So I just want to help give that back to the community.
So, one of the things that impacted you when you were very young, you talked about always being interested in art, even as a child, and doing it kind of on your own. Um, but when you had a profound experience when you were 9, and that inspired some of your work, can you share about that experience?
Yes. So, right now, in this heightened political climate and the Black Lives Matter movement, my art is really centered a lot around Black people and transitioning and becoming, and Black experiences, definitely because of the experiences that I've had. My art is birthed from that. Recently in March, Nathaniel Woods was executed for um, for killing police officers in Inslee, Alabama, in the early 2000s, and he was recently executed. But he remained saying that he was innocent the entire time that he was in prison. And the man that actually did the shooting of the cops is still on death row, and he hasn't been executed yet. But so when he was executed, I felt very emotional, because when I was little, I was jumping on my bed in Homewood, Alabama, dancing, and I looked out the window and there were snipers pointing guns up at me and my cousin, and it freaked us out so bad. And I couldn't help but wonder, why are these people here pointing guns up at us? I was 9 years old, and I was just is it because I'm Black? I couldn't wrap my head around it. And that was an experience I had. So the police came to our house, which is communities away from where these cops were murdered. But they came to my house thinking that my family had something to do with it, that we were hiding a fugitive. And this story just so happened to be the Nathaniel Woods story. So I painted Nathaniel Woods with a cardinal and blue roses and black and white stripes in black and white because his story resonates with me and it's like a personal story to me, and it's my first experience with police brutality at 9.
I can't imagine having that experience now, but to remember that as a child would be so traumatic. But I do think that some of the best art, why I believe that art is there to create conversation and to push boundaries and to push new ideas, and also to bind people together and create understanding. And so if you can turn your trauma from being a 9-year-old girl experiencing that kind of fear into something that creates a sense of understanding between people, that's a real gift.
Thank
And I'm glad you're sharing that gift with us. I was fortunate enough to see your mural yesterday with you in person, and I'll share a photo when we put this on our website also. But could you tell us a little bit about the themes for the murals, and the message that you want to give through your work in the 4th Avenue Business District?
So my work in the 4th Avenue Business District, it's really important for me to preserve the history that's there. Like whenever I'm there, the only thing that like echoes in my mind is like, you're standing on sacred ground. Like you're walking on sacred ground. Like every footstep that I take, like I feel my grandmother's spirit walking with me. Like I hear my grandfather's stories, like the stories that he told me. And I just think that it's important that we, I don't know, that we understand that that was a time, like, and it's important because we have to know our story. We have to be able to tell our own stories. And I believe that we also have to grow from that and heal from that. So the art that I want to bring or help bring to the 4th Avenue District is like uplifting, like forward moving, like modern, but keeping the same roots and history of what happened before. So I just did a mural at 1610 4th Avenue North, and it reads 4th Avenue moving forward. So it's just something about the word forward, like 4th Avenue District, and it's like moving forward. Like right now in the heightened political climate, like a lot of like Black people are saying like, I need to have my own business. I have to have my own business. And 4th Avenue is really working to get that done. Like, and I want to help create like an environment for people to come and sit and like, I don't know, what I say, like increase public engagement and decrease blight. So I have projects where I'll be painting the parking lots and hanging and commissioning artists to do like panels, but with history being the history and future, like being the inspiration for it. So like creating poignant art that will help you question or help you imagine or anything like that. Because I just feel like in Birmingham that parents are so busy trying to feed their children food because there are food deserts and there are places where you can only eat fast food and a lot of stuff isn't walkable. And I just believe that they're so busy trying to feed their children food that they can't feed their souls. And art is a soul language. And we need it to help keep us inspired, help keep us moving. So my mural has arrows going in the direction of the street. It's a one-way street. I want to create like the motion of movement, like going in a forward direction, but in the easiest way possible. So that if you go down there and you take a photo, it could say like forward, and it's like a whole thing because you're there and you're like, I need to move forward, like, and shed all the things that are stopping you from progressing. So it's kind of the idea around the mural. Moving forward, moving up, moving along. You can't get left behind because a lot of things are moving in the city of Birmingham and a lot of people are being left out. So
You said this thing yesterday that has stuck with me. So beautiful, but you said artists hold the heart of the city. Your art, and especially how it's incorporated into the landscape of our city and creating these beautiful walkable spaces that are also inspirational to pedestrians. Um, you've been able to do that as a fellow with Urban Impact. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with Urban Impact?
So Urban Impact, I found Urban Impact, they popped up on my Facebook. I was looking for like art for social change type things in Birmingham, and I was like hitting dead ends. I'm a master cosmetologist by trade. I've worked in like nail salons for a really long time. And I was working in a gentrified area in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was just trying to get out of there. So I reached out to Urban Impact and I told them that they needed me because I tailored my studies to do this work, and I've always I'm so deeply embedded in it. So I reached out to them and then I quit my job and I told them, I was like, I'm coming. I know y'all not ready for me, but I'll be there. So I've been working with Urban Impact for about a year, and it has offered me the opportunity to build a network, build my business. They've truly helped me a lot. So just as much as they needed me, I needed them. So yeah, I travel back and forth from Georgia to Urban Impact. I give as much time as I can, but like my vision remains the same, creating walkable spaces for African American people. But yeah, Urban Impact is an economic development nonprofit that is place-based in the 4th Avenue Historical Business District and the Civil Rights District. And they help to create place for underserved communities like the 4th Avenue Business District. So it goes exactly with what I like want to do. They didn't have like an artist on there, like in there that works for them, and I would just go down there. Like I went to the 4th Avenue Business District last Easter in 2019, and I would just look around and I'm like, they need me and I need to be here. So I'm really inspired. Like Birmingham inspires me. Like it inspires me because when I go there, I just see the potential in the city. And I believe that it takes a special person to be able to see what can be, because everybody can see it, if that makes sense.
It absolutely makes sense. And I'm definitely glad there are people who can envision what the future of our city could look like. And not just the people who have the ideas and who can envision it, but the people who actively participate in creating a progressive Southern city. In addition to your mural work, you are a fine artist. And we talked a lot yesterday about the importance of understanding the business of art and how you want to inspire other creatives in that way too. Can you elaborate a little on that?
I can. So I feel like a newbie, but I've been painting and doing art my entire life. But I didn't really start saying that I was an artist until now. Until around now. Like now I'll say like I am an artist. But yesterday we talked about how a lot of artists shy away from different opportunities because they haven't really been taught the business of art, because there's no one teaching the business of art and there's no one teaching art. So I would like to help create a collective that helps artists like stay ready, if that makes sense, like to stay ready so that they can have like their curriculum vitae, their portfolio, like their artist statement, everything like ready to submit like whenever it's time, so that you don't have that fear or anxiety about submitting. Because I've learned that really like you should just submit. Like if there's a no, there's a no, but next time you'll know better. So yeah, we haven't been taught the business of art, and it can be really intimidating because it just can be when you read other things that people write or see other things and you're like, how do I even go there? So I want to help inspire other artists to take opportunities. I want to help bring opportunities to other artists and help them be prepared.
Erica, I have so enjoyed getting to know you the past couple of days, and you just have such a bright, positive spirit. And I hope to see a lot more of your artwork around the neighborhood. Makes me happy walking around. So I really appreciate your time with us. Thank you so much. And let's please keep in touch.
Yes, definitely. I work around the corner, so
Yeah, we're neighbors.
thank you.
All right. Thanks, Erica.